We got that sports info. Let's go.
Hello everyone, I'm Jeffery Walker and you are on the Sports Dream Show, and I'm sitting down here with
Coach Kidd, Dwayne Kidd. They call me Coach Kidd.
Alright, and Coach Kidd, I've actually had the pleasure of being coached by you when I was younger, going through my sports athletic journey. Just speak on coaching, your coaching career from afar and what you've done.
Okay. I started coaching travel basketball way back in the days. I coached a team called the Rim Wreckers. I coached them for a while. Then we had a team called the Kings. I coached them for a while. Then I got into high school sports. I started coaching at Highland Woods, coaching football. Then I graduated to, not high school, but, you know what I'm saying?
Middle school.
Middle school, yeah. Then I got high school. I got at Landmark, coaching basketball, started there. Then I transferred to Memphis. I coached basketball there and I coached football there. And I went to Merritt. Now I'm at Richmond.
And how's your time been at Richmond? How's that going?
Oh, it's been great. I love it. I had to switch back to the teaching mode from the coaching mode, but yeah, I love it.
And what would you say is the biggest thing you've had to, obstacle that's been in your way from making that transition, like you said, from actually doing coaching, but more now like you're just teaching them how to play the game, teaching them the fundamentals?
The obstacles?
Yeah.
Well, kids nowadays are kind of different. They don't really listen that much, so that's one of my obstacles. I got to repeat things over and over again, but yeah, it's been okay journey though.
And have you found any secret way to maybe get them to hear you and listen to you? And
yeah, you can't be strict all the time. You got to joke with them sometimes. You got to get relaxed a little bit, but let them know when it's time to lock in. We got to lock in.
And what would be your advice to anyone that is maybe getting into coaching, or younger kids, or younger adults who may have the aspirations of coaching one day? What advice would you give them?
Patience. Be very, very patient with the kids. You're gonna get some hard heads. You gotta treat them a little different. Know what you're talking about. Know your knowledge. Do research. Take as many classes as you can. Watch sports on TV. Pick up plays.
And then you mentioned a good point, being patient.
Yeah.
A lot of times you want things to come quick, but not everything is picked up quickly.
No, not at all.
So what would be one of the ways you would maybe give an example of how you'd be patient with a player and getting them to understand what you want them to know?
How I do it is, if they can't do it from me verbally talking, I'll show them, and we just go over it over and over again until they can get it. And I give them confidence. I tell them, you're looking good. You're not doing anything wrong. Just do it this way. You got to build confidence, because if you don't, they're not going to want to do it for you, and they're not going to do it.
Right. So the repetition is key.
Yeah, definitely.
And as a coach, what is some of the things that you love to see out of,
a lot of
athletes?
Give me 110% and have fun when they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? If you're not having fun while you're doing it, what's the use of doing it, I love to see kids. I coached a lot of kids, and a lot of them come back and, Coach Kidd, I remember this, that, and the stories and stuff like that. And I'm coaching a lot of their kids now. So I enjoy the circle, if you know what I mean. Them, now their their kids and grandkids and so on and so on. Seeing them prosper and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is kind of a full circle moment.
Exactly, yeah.
You coached me at one point, and I was on the Kings team, and playing AAU basketball tournaments,
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah.
And for you as a coach, what do you take pride in, as in with sports? What does sports give kids? As in, you take pride in being able to say, gives people this?
Get a getaway from all like problems. You know, they can throw their problems away once they play a ball. They don't worry about the issues of the world anymore. They just out there having fun. You know what I'm saying? They leave all the issues to the side.
For me, I feel like it provides athletes and kids with a sense of, brotherhood,
Yes.
sisterhood. They're
Stability.
playing with their, you get to be able to build friendships,
Exactly.
lifelong
Right.
friendships out of this.
Yeah.
And you also learn discipline, being able to, show up to practice on time.
Right.
Give it your all, go home, do the right things.
I agree with you 100%.
So nowadays, coaching, is it any different than from when you started?
Well, yeah, basketball is a lot different. Nowadays, back when I was coaching basketball, it was more structure. We ran plays and, we had a big man, we ran the low post. Nowadays, it's more about boom, threes. Everybody wants to shoot threes. Yeah. And that's the world of the day. Everybody comes down, boom, even the big man coming down, boom, shooting threes. I really, that's taking the structure out of the sport to me.
And then, as a coach, do you try to implement, still those
Oh, yeah.
old school type plays?
Yeah. We can come down and shoot threes, but we also run plays. You know what I'm saying? We're going to run plays.
Yeah.
Definitely going to run plays. But if we're in transition, it's open, boom, hit it.
Now, do you prefer them to pull up in transition for the three-pointer, or
If you got the lane,
get the lane?
I'd rather for you go to the lane. Get the old-fashioned three. Get five. Go hard. Boom. Make the basket. Make the free throw.
And have you noticed any difference, throughout the years of maybe trends on how, the athletes and the kids have, evolved over time?
A little bit the practice thing. Back when I was coming up, it was more kids wanted it more. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know how much they want it. They come to practice, goof around, talk, and when it's time to lock in, it's hard for them to lock in. You know what I'm saying? The old school kids really wanted it. They died for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to play basketball. Boom, let's do it. Let's learn. It's a little different though. You got your kids out there that still want it like that, but it's just a little different.
And how do you think we get back to that? Kids and athletes, really wanting it, really wanting to succeed at it.
That's a hard question. I have no. It's got to be in the person. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to want it. It's got to be in that person. That's something you can't coach.
And when you do find it in that person, and you feel like they're extremely, driven to succeed, what are some of the things that you can tell them? Is it extra practice? Longer hours at practice?
Yes. Work out, eat right, sleep right. Put your heart and soul into basketball. If that's what or football or baseball or whatever sport you in, put your heart and soul into it. You know what I'm saying? 90%. If you want to be successful at it, give 100%.
And as a coach, would you prefer them to play, only one sport, or do you think it's beneficial for them to play, multiple sports?
I think it's beneficial to play multiple sports. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because coaches see you playing one sport. They want to see you playing another sport. See how athletic you are. Playing other sports gives you more friends, gives you more family, and you meet more people, and you get to do different things.
What do you think maybe is the biggest cause of players losing their way throughout, is it, when you get into high school, is it like, they get in trouble, like
Bad influences. Hanging out with the wrong people. Things like that.
As a coach, how do you stop them from, hanging out with,
You can tell them not to, but what can you do? They're gonna do what they're gonna do. You can give them advice, sit them down and talk to them. If you go this way, your career with this is not gonna happen. But if they don't want to, what can you do?
And, obviously coaching for a long time, do you feel like it's more of the X's and the O's, knowing a playbook, knowing the schemes, knowing the plays that you want to run, or is it more of just finding, the gifted athletes, or is it a mixture of both?
Me? I'd rather have 10 kids that's not that gifted that give me 110% than just finding that one gifted guy. It takes a team to play. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm blessed with that one gifted guy, so be it. But I'd rather have 10 guys that give me 110%. And I can build from that.
And you speak on that 10, having 10 players who, give 110%. Team-oriented basketball is team chemistry.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you build team chemistry as a coach?
You do things with them. You take them out to, play basketball with them. You just, as a team, you do group stuff. That builds that chemistry. You
want it to be, you want them to all love, playing with each other, so
exactly.
they're feeding off of each other.
Yeah, exactly. That makes the best teams. Once you know the other person, it makes the best team. You trust that person, you're going to give them the ball because you trust them.
Right. So let's just talk about your career for a moment. Obviously, starting off coaching AAU basketball, would you ever seen yourself, getting to this point of coaching, high school basketball?
No, I didn't. But when I first started, I started for my son. Getting him out there doing, and I started for South Park. I like the kids. I got that from Mr. Jones. I picked it up from Mr. Jones. He did that with us, and I thought that was the thing to do. Get the kids, gather them up. Let's get a team. Let's go out and play.
So how exactly, did you get to this point then? Was it
once I got into
click for you?
Once I got into it, I liked it, and I was doing good at it. So
now you can't stop.
No, I can't stop. I love it.
Speak on where you're at now, Richmond. Obviously, you said you were coaching the freshman basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have further aspirations?
Oh yes. Yeah, I want to go up. Yeah. I want to go up. But where I'm at, I'm happy. But when my time is there, I'm gonna go for it.
And where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself ascending to at the the ending rank of coaching?
I want to run a team. I want to run a program.
High school?
High school program.
You have no aspirations for any college?
I do, but that will take time. I have to build my high school program to get to that level. I can't just jump.
Right.
So once I build that high school program, and everybody sees that it's successful, then I can take that next step.
As a coach, what does that look like? Being able to build your own program. What would that look like for you?
It would be more kids coming out wanting to play at our school, the school that I'm at. Building the youth, starting from the 6th grade, running the same plays all the way up. Everybody plays the same, and just build that program.
And how do you weed out the players that want to play and the ones that are not sure if they want to play and they don't really give it their all?
Well, first you sit down and talk to them, see do they really want to be there, and just explain to them. Either you gotta, give me your all, or what's the use of you coming out playing? They gotta make that decision. If we have cuts, you might be on the opposite end of that cut list. So if you don't want to be on the opposite end of that, give me your all. Show me. It ain't what you say, it's what you do.
Do you have a specific play style that you like to, kind of imitate? Do you like have more of a defensive team or offensive, 3-point shooting or?
I adapt. But I'm more of a defensive player. Defense win championships, offense win games.
Moving forward in your career, what do you think is going to be the biggest, hurdles that get in your way as of, and how you deal with those hurdles?
I just step back. And I used to be a very confrontational person, but now I'm older, wiser. I just sit back and evaluate things. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to get in competition with people. I'd rather talk it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I can't talk it out, I just leave it alone.
When do you see yourself, ending your coaching career?
when the thing goes.
So you want to be out there, you know.
Yeah, I love doing what I'm doing. If I wasn't coaching, I'd probably be roughing because I love the game.
And that's a big part. What you said is loving it.
Yeah.
And as a coach, a big part of it is, you know, you obviously want these kids to succeed at whatever they choose.
Right. Exactly.
But if they love the game, you know, do you ever mention to them, you know, about, you know, the possibilities of, you know, working in sports and, you know, not only the athleticism side, you know, like they can be coaches like you or, you know, athletic directors, referees.
Or what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what? I have talked about the coaching and the refereeing, but since I've seen you, you gave me some more ideas about behind the camera. I can teach them about that. I can learn some things from you and tell them about that. I really can't teach them, but I can, you know, give them advice from you.
Tell them.
Yeah.
You know, let them
You know,
inspire us.
So we're all not going to make it in the NBA, but there's other ways to make money and stay in the NBA.
Right. We're not all gifted with, you
Exactly,
know,
yeah.
the height
That
and
skill and all of that.
athleticism.
Yeah.
So, you know, we have to, you know, still love the game, but
Find our
other
ways to get in. Yeah, exactly.
Find other ways to make that your career.
Exactly, yeah.
For me, that's a big part of, you know, why this show is, you know, here and just to
Yeah,
put this
appreciate
out
the
there
show
that
too.
you can do, you know, other things in sports than just be the athlete.
The athlete, exactly.
Unfortunately, we all can't be athletes at the highest level and get paid for it, you know.
90% of kids are not going to the pros.
Right.
So you have to find other avenues.
But if you love it and, you know,
You want to stay in it, yeah.
You want to stay in it.
You find your
This
avenues.
is where I talk about, you know, how you can get other, you know, avenues, like you just said, avenues of how you can make a career.
Exactly.
Because as I'm growing up, I never seen any of this. Like, I mean, I knew it was there, but I never thought that this was a possibility to be.
And I'm glad you guys are doing it.
Right.
Yeah, I
Never
appreciate
thought
that.
this was a possibility to be, you know, in front of the camera, behind the camera, or in college, and learning about all the different type of jobs that sports can bring. I never thought of that. I always thought I was going to be the athlete,
that guy.
I was going to be to the NBA, MLB, or NFL.
NFL,
You know, and you know, it doesn't work that way. Sometimes you don't, you know, get there. So how can you
like me,
change?
you don't grow. You stay short, so it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, and how can you adapt to, you know, still, you know, pursue your passion of sports, but just in a different way.
Different way,
That's what this is about.
This is cool. I love this.
What do you think of the scope of basketball
Today?
and not just here in, you know, Port Huron, or not just here in the United States, but the global sport of basketball?
It's branching out. It's everywhere now. It's everywhere. But I just wish the old culture would come back.
Yeah.
I love basketball till the day I die, but I just wish the old culture would come back. We got the big man. We got people doing individual stuff. Not everybody just coming down shooting threes. I wish that would come back.
Physicality, do you think?
Oh, I love that.
You want that to come back a little bit?
Oh, yeah. You know, Detroit.
Yeah, you know, you see a lot of technicals of, you know, players just saying something.
It's more of an offensive game now.
Yeah.
It's not a defensive game. They took that away. You can't touch them. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
They want the scoring. That brings in the money.
Yeah. But I thank you for sitting down
you.
and talking to me.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate this, and we'll look to have you on here again one day.
I can't
Thank
wait.
you for doing this. This is awesome.
I love it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, I'm Jeffery Walker, and this is
Coach Kidd.
And we'll see you next time on Sports Dreams.
We got that sports info. Let's go.
Sports dreams, the court, the course, the field of dreams. We're building an all-star team. Take a picture cause we know you like what you see. We live in our sports dreams. Sports dreams, sports dreams. Sports dreams. Sports dreams, sports dreams. Sports dreams, we live in our sports dreams. The court, the course, the field of dreams. We're building an all-star team. Take a picture cause we know you